The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Everyone, Kyle here, and it is Sunday. And you know what that means? It's that time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via DHL, UPS, United States Postal Service, Amazon, Horse and Buggy, FedEx, and of course that old outlaw Waylon Jennings. It is weekly purchases, and this is a fabulous weekly purchase. This is a massive weekly purchases. Probably 3 or 4 rounds of weekly purchases here. Just absolute insanity this week. It's like my mailbox and doorstep just threw up. If you guys follow me on social media, and if you're not, what are you waiting for? Sir Paul64 over there on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. Of course, subscribe to YouTube, like this video, all that kind of stuff. But I posted pictures. I was away for 4 days this week, and I showed what threw up on my doorstep. So I had a lot of packages. A lot more came in right before I filmed this video, so a ton of pickups later on here in weekly purchases, so stay tuned for all of that. But let's recap the week that was here on the channel, as we always do. A lot of videos, things flying fast. You might have missed them, so let's recap all the reviews that were on the channel this week. And let's start it off with a big one. We'll talk about it here in weekly purchases, but MattelCreations.com, exclusive Terry Funk Hulk Hogan 2-pack. Of course, that did go up for a pre-order on Friday. About a half hour into it, still available out there. They did make more of these than the Zeus Hogan one. It's kind of funny how it goes. If it sells out immediately, people say, oh my gosh, they didn't make enough. What are they doing? If it stays up for a half hour or so, oh my gosh, they made too many. What is going on? Long story short, you can't win in anything these days. People complain either way, but very, very cool pack. Very excited to get my hands on this one, and thank you to Mattel. It was a great surprise when I got home to see this at my doorstep. So I got the review of that out the day before. Check out the review of that pack if you did miss it. I, of course, went to Mattel Creations on Friday like everybody else. I ordered myself another set. I got in there. It didn't go as smooth as I wanted it to go, but I did get it. It made me do the CAPTCHA 4 different times. I kept doing it and going back, doing it, going back. Probably so many people on the site all at one time, but long story short, I did check out. I will have another set, and I believe those should start shipping fairly soon. I think it's not one of those pre-order things. It should be shipping within a month or so. So be on the lookout for that. A fabulous set. Check out the review here on the channel. Also check out, speaking of G.I. Joe, or speaking of wrestling and G.I. Joe, how about that? Sergeant Slaughter Hasbro G.I. Joe classified figure. I got that finally last weekend. We unboxed it on the channel this week. An amazing figure. Make sure you check out that review. Very, very cool. We do all kinds of comparisons with that one. You guys know I love the G.I. Joe, love the Sergeant Slaughter G.I. Joe classified figure. Elite Series 98, of course, we're working through that one. We started last week, working our way through it here. We're getting there. We're getting very close to the end. If you mixed that Rick Boogs unboxing, for sure, what a game changer figure that one is. But we'll finish that up here very shortly on the channel. But Elite 98 is out there. Go to Ringside Collectibles, pick that up if you are interested. One of the great mysteries of wrestling figures as of late was the FTC referee. We talked about it last week in weekly purchases. Kind of just came up out of nowhere, shipped immediately. I got to review it, and I was all about it. If you saw that review, I was loving everything about it all the way up until comparison time. When it was the referee by itself, everything was great, but then you got to the comparisons of the other figures, it went south in a hurry. So very disappointing at the end of that one, but boy, talk about high hopes, high expectations, and one of those reviews that's just, oh, climb, and this is the greatest thing ever to just nosedive. That's how that one went. But if you're interested in an FTC referee, check that one out on the channel. DC Multiverse Frankenstein. You know I love my Universal Monsters. Not quite Universal Monsters with this Frankenstein, but big figure Frankenstein. He's got a big sword. Count me in. Sign me up all day long. We did do that on the channel this week. We also did Van Helsing Splinter from the NECA Universal Monster cartoon line. Check that one out. Going to get all those eventually. Invisible Man coming soon, as we do know. And Casey Jones as the Phantom of the Opera. So stay tuned for those reviews hopefully soon. And speaking of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, NECA Last Ronin. We did unbox that one on the channel as well. So check out that video. Marvel Legends, the Retro Beast, Scientific Beast. Very scientific, as you guys know, you know. But looking really good there. Our weekly Jakks Classic Superstar video every single Tuesday on the channel for well over 2 years now. We've had a Tuesday Jakks Classic video. I actually went through my YouTube. Of course, you guys know Patreon gets all the videos early. I did hammer out a ton of Jakks Classic Superstars videos a couple of months back. Put them all up early on Patreon. I added it all up. There is 50 videos of Jack's Class Superstars videos that have not been to traditional YouTube yet. So basically I'm basically a year ahead on Jack's Classic Superstars videos over there on the Patreon. Unbelievable. I knew there was a lot, but I didn't know we had 50, and it really is 50 plus with all the other early content videos and bonus stuff over there. So a lot to unpack over there on the Patreon channel, but we'll keep doing them. We probably got another 2 years of Jack's Classic videos every single Tuesday, so stay tuned for those. A big figure hunt video this week during the middle of the week. I dropped this on Thursday, and then all of a sudden I got a copyright strike on it, so I had to take it down, fix the video, put it back up, and I think by putting it back up, a lot of people missed the video. But check it out. If you love toy hunt videos, of course, my local toy store there's 3 locations. They had a huge anniversary sale. I filmed the toy stores, went through that, and then there was a G.I. Joe toy show, a G.I. Joe all assembly required, it's called. Every year it's a big G.I. Joe show. They got guests. Ron Rudat was there, of course. They had cosplay people. They had tons of toys. Walked through all that with good friend of the channel, Midwest wrestling legend Gage Octane. He joined me, and we toured the place, and I got to peer pressure him into a big boy purchase. It was great to be on the other side of a big boy purchase for once, but he stepped up and picked up 2 Grail pieces, 2 toy Holy Grail pieces. Check it out. It's all documented on camera. Check out that assembly required G.I. Joe show for all the G.I. Joe shenanigans. And there was other toys there too, of course. It's a toy show after all. So check out that one. And then the big one, Friday's figure hunt video. I had to go to Green Bay, Wisconsin last week. Big store opening. Hit 1 million stores on the way there, the way back, and all points in between. Spent a lot of days in Wisconsin. Watch out for those deer in Wisconsin. 16,000 accidents this year. I saw it on about every bridge as I was driving through Wisconsin. But I hit all the places. It was just quite the tour. And then I went to Freak Toys, a very famous toy store in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. So check that out. Probably one of the longest, if not the longest, toy hunt videos we've ever had on the channel here, about 45 minutes. I was on Lake Michigan. I was in Green Bay. I was at Lambeau Field. I was right there at the hotel across the street. It was quite the action-adventure figure hunt. Check that one out. You don't want to miss that one. Next week, I'm up in Minneapolis all week, and then I got 2 full days of meetings. This weekend, I'm in a wedding. Long story short, my card is full. These last couple of weeks, it's been tough. I've had to do a lot of these videos that you've seen on the channel here. You know, you see them at 3, I film them at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning where everybody's sound asleep and stuff, but that's my only window to get in a couple of these reviews. I literally, on that Hulk Hogan Terry Funk review, I had a 1-hour window. That was the only window I had, only possibility. I hammered that bad boy out, got that up. That was my only possibility. Next week's going to be really tough. Saturday, of course, it's Sunday now, but I film these on Friday. You Patreon guys, you get these videos early, of course. Saturday, I got a little bit of time in the morning. Then I'm gone at a wedding all night, so I'll be at a wedding. Sunday, I'm open. Sunday, I got to hammer everything out on Sunday because I leave Monday morning. I do not return till Wednesday night. I get back in town. I go straight to a dinner meeting. Thursday morning, get up very early. I'm on a big tour and all this stuff, and then a meeting and a dinner meeting that night. Friday, I got the biggest meeting of my year, so I got a bunch of presentations to present, things like that. It's going to be busy. It's going to be a busy couple of weeks, so hopefully I can get a lot of reviews done. Obviously, the nice thing of YouTube, you piece them out. You don't have to put them all out the same day. But we'll see. No rest for the wicked, as they say, and I'm looking forward to that Thanksgiving week. I'm fingers crossed it's going to be a little quieter. Heck, I still got, I think, 3 weeks of vacation to use this week, and you guys know me. I have not taken 5 days off in a row since 2014, I think it was. So I very rarely, it's just, it's the cross I bear, as one might say. I don't get time off really ever, and hopefully I can get a couple of days here very soon. Got some things to do, people to see, as one might say. But let's get into it first before we get into the weekly purchases. Like I said, it's a big one. Let's start off with the giveaway. This month's giveaway changed up as I got something via Mattel, of course. Mattel Creation exclusive retro 4-pack. We're going to give this away this month for Thanksgiving. So if you're interested, join up on the Patreon. All the details over there. But check that out. A good one, a great pack there for you retro lovers. Without further ado, let's get into the weekly purchases, and let's start it off with some wrestling this week. A big week here this week. One of those weeks I thought would be okay, but then it just exploded everywhere. Of course, being on the hunt, what came through the door, all the usual stuff. But let's dig into it first. And one, we got long-awaited, much-anticipated, Ringside Collectible exclusive. Use discount code Kyle, save 10%. Owen Hart, the old King of Hearts himself, got the Owen Hart, his first figure in like 20-some years, something like that. So we'll unbox this on the channel. Who knows? This could be up by the time weekly purchases drops. We'll see. I got to get after this one because I'm worried about staining on that jacket. I got to get it open as soon as possible to hopefully prevent any staining. We'll see. Check that out in the review. Of course, we did do this one. We just talked about it a little bit ago. Mattel Creations exclusive, Hulk Hogan, Terry Funk. Talk about a game changer. Talk about nostalgia. If you were a kid growing up with the LJNs back in the day, this is for you. Check out the review already up on the channel, but that did come through the door this week, of course. Also got from Ringside Collectibles the delayed Jungle Boy. Unrivaled Series 11. We'll unbox this bad boy Jungle Boy, and then we'll finally be able to rank this entire wave from my least favorite to my favorite, so stay tuned for that. But Jungle Boy through the door this week. How about on my tour, yeah, that's the world tour, Wisconsin. I saw a few people that recognized me. I was in some Target stores. A few people came over and said hi. I always appreciate talking to you guys if you see me out and about in the stores, but it was always funny to be recognized, and it's always good chatter about the action figures. But I did find Mr. T. I think my rule is if there's an Ultimate Edition under $10, I'm going to pick it up. And the thing I like about this Mr. T is he has so many different looks. I can mix them up and all that kind of stuff. And also a $10 Ultimate just feels like a steal. I can always save them, use them as giveaways down the line. But I did get a Mr. T somewhere in the deep, darkest part of Wisconsin. There it is. I did jump on the bandwagon, $22.99 on Amazon. I got myself another Hulk Hogan. Gonna mix some things up, change some things up. Very cool to get another Hulkster for 22 bucks. I felt that was definitely worth the pickup. So I got that off of Amazon. Could still be there for $22.99 after all. Who knows? On my trip in Wisconsin, I also came across this at a Target. Picked up old AJ Styles. You know I needed another torso for this, so I might use this. Well, there's no might about it. I will use this for Rick Rude. Don't really need the AJ Styles figure, but old good friend of the channel, Murder Juice Customs. You've seen his work. He's made a lot of customs of me. I'll probably pull this head off this AJ and send it to him. I feel like I need some more custom Kyle heads, and he can make them for you too if you really want to. Reach out to him, but I'm going to make a few more. You never know what kind of customs I might need for my office or whatever, so I'll probably get some use out of that AJ Styles somewhere along the way. Another one I'm very excited about. A lot of people are saying figure of the year. We'll see in the review here, but Malachi Black, a good friend of mine, of course, and one of the most anticipated AEW figures in quite some time. We got his Supreme figure, so look for this review very, very shortly on the channel. And speaking of Supremes, had to get the old Kenny Omega Supreme as well. Very excited for this. Of course, there is going to be a Walmart version of this coming, I don't know about this year, maybe early next year, we'll see. But we did get Kenny Omega Supremes through the door this week as well. And the hits keep on coming. If you guys saw in the toy hunt video, I did go to Freak Toys. A lot of people have been saying Freak Toys is the place to be. So on my way home, or I guess on my way to Madison, Wisconsin, I went from Green Bay to Sheboygan over to Madison. And I stopped into Freak Toys. A lot of stuff. You guys saw in the video, a lot of stuff to look at, a lot of cool things there. Not a ton of stuff I need, but it's really cool to see a lot of that stuff all in one space. But I did pick up a few things that caught my eye, some interesting stuff that we'll talk about. You guys know I'm working on a complete Bone Cruncher collection. I don't know. We've talked about it before. I would say I'm like 95, 96% there. There's just a few things, and it's not one of those things I'm rushing to get done. But when I come across some stuff at a good deal, I'll pick them up. And that's what I saw with this X-Pac Backlash, $10. Couldn't beat that, I figured. So I did pick that up this week at Freak Toys. I also picked up another Bone Cruncher set, one that is worth quite a lot of money. Yeah, I think that makes sense. But this was for $30 there, beat up packaging, but I'm going to open it anyways. It is the Bad Blood box set. Kane is not that big a deal, but you can see the Undertaker, very, very strange with that white kind of ghostly face paint. An interesting Austin over there, and then a blonde-haired Paul Bearer. So I did pick this one up. It's one of those things like it's long game. You don't see it very often. Getting it on card is very expensive if you check eBay prices. So I'm going to open it anyways, 30 bucks. You know what? I'm going to pick it up, and that's what I did. So I picked up that at Freak Toys. So a rare Bone Cruncher, a rare double dose of Bone Crunchers right there. And then I picked up one other thing, and I've seen these around. I passed on them from the beginning. It's a wrestling toy line that didn't get a lot of publicity, and a lot of people don't even know about it. It is from Playmates. It is Lucha Libre Masked Warriors. Marco Corleone, we all know him as Mark Jindrak, of course, from his WCW time frame. But I've never really seen these in the market very often anymore. And I said, I've never held one of these in my hand. They kind of remind me of a Deluxe Aggression. But maybe one of these days when things are slow, or things ever slow, we can unbox this on the channel and see what all the fuss is about here. It's a line I would not be against having the whole one, but they don't come up very often. You don't see these guys around very often. And I saw it and I said, you know what? I'm going to pick it up, and that's exactly what I did. So I got those from Freak Toys. And then I did get one from Hastel Toys. Hastel, he's getting into things, but I did pick up a Bone Cruncher Billy Gunn I was missing. He had this loose, so I did pick this bad boy up. Had to get it. So Billy Gunn, it's like all about the Bone Crunchers this week. Interesting way that goes and how that worked out. But there's some of that. A few other things I talked about in the figure hunt video, the G.I. Joe figure hunt video. I went to my local toy store. They had some deals going on. They had 15% off everything in the store. So I finally pulled the trigger on these old school reboot cards of the NECA Universal Monster Horror. Now these are $24.99 at Target. My local toy store had them at $21.99 plus 15% off. Got to get a deal all day long. So I did pick up the Mummy. I did pick up my old pal Frankenstein right there. And then I did pick up the Wolfman as well. So I got all three of them. Part of me would really like to leave these on the cards. Part of me says I got to unbox them. Really cool that they glow in the dark. So we'll see what all the fuss is about with these. Maybe I can get my dad out there. Maybe he can help me unbox these on the channel. Special shout out to my dad. It is his birthday this week. He had a big birthday this week. So Dad, happy birthday to you. I'm sure you're watching the video. You're watching the video. You're keeping tabs. You're seeing what I'm up to here. But happy birthday to my dad out there. And we'll see. We'll get to unbox those Universal Monsters hopefully sooner than later. And then another one from Hastel Toys. This is why I bought from him, because he had this up at a good price. You guys know I was looking for this for a long time. Never came across it. Finally saw it from him at a deal price. I swooped in and picked it up. One of the best figures this year, honestly, and we're going to do top 10 lists, top 5 lists. That's going to be all about those in December. I got about 20 different top year-end lists. Stay tuned for those here on the channel. But Swamp Thing, the limited version, the unpainted version we'll call it, or really muddy Swamp Thing. I don't know, pick your poison, but I had to pick this one up. I love this Swamp Thing figure, so I got this big old deluxe Swamp Thing through the door this week. And that's it for round one. We got another couple of rounds to go, so let me move some stuff around, let me get the stuff, and we'll be back with round two of weekly purchases. All right, round two of weekly purchases. Like I said, it's a big one this week, and a lot going on via Target. I think I pre-ordered this 15, 16 months ago, and the day has finally come. Outback through the door. Tiger Force Outback. Love Tiger Force. My absolute favorite sub-line when I was a kid for G.I. Joe. Outback wasn't really around in Tiger Force when I was little, but still very cool to get this. First edition of Outback. We got another one coming sooner than later, the regular, more traditional version. But happy to get this. I know a lot of people got this from Target this week. Can't wait to unbox that one. See what all the fuss is about. And oh, there's fuss on Outback. We continue on with a weird one. I was sitting in my hotel late in the night in Wisconsin, of all places, and I saw this go up on the McFarlane Toys website. Very strange, as these have been off the market for quite some time. Let's see, what year was this? See if I can find 2019. So this went up on the McFarlane Toys website. How strange. $20 a piece. Had a 10% off code. Got to get a deal. Look at this. Mortal Kombat Scorpion. The original one. The hard to find one. I mean, this is like a $60, $70 figure at this point. Maybe even more than that. Just out of the blue, McFarlane Toys, they must have found a closet with some of these. And this went up for sale. And they also had, of course, you can't have Scorpion without Sub-Zero. So I got Sub-Zero as well. I wasn't really in the market for these, but for below original retail price, got to get a deal all day long. So very strange to see those pop up. I guess the word is, check out the McFarlane Toys site. You never know what kind of deals you might get, and that's exactly what it was. We continue on. I stopped in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. Beautiful this time of year. Beaver Dam, shout out to you guys. And I swung into the GameStop. I said, hey, you know what? I'm going to check out this GameStop. And what was hanging on the peg but a Christmas Wookiee? I'm all about a Christmas Wookiee. You guys know I love a hairy bipedal creature. That's exactly what this one is. $27.99. Oh, that hurts, but I did have my $5 coupon code, and then I had a $10 code in my GameStop points. So I got $15 off. Got to get a deal. Justified it to myself. But I'm all about the Christmas Wookiee, not about anybody else. The Halloween Wookiee, the Walmart exclusive, I think that's coming in December. So I'm going to have a Wookiee army one of these days, sooner rather than later. I picked this one up. I want to say it was Platteville or Dodgeville, Wisconsin. I'm trying to learn these names here. I'm going to be Wisconsin's new favorite son in 2023. I'll be a lot of trips up in Wisconsin, it sounds like. So I got to get used to these town names. Fond du Lac, Appleton, Oshkosh, B'gosh. Of course, Green Bay, Ashwaubenon, you name it. Kyle's been there this week. But I did pick up the Dark Flash. Very cool, kind of a zombie-looking Flash. I just couldn't pass this up. I saw it a couple times, and in the figure hunt video, I said, if I see this again, I'm picking it up. Saw it again, so I picked it up. So I got this one. Very interesting on the back. Is there 3 different versions of this? Is this like the Robins? Not exactly sure what's going on here, but I did pick this one up. Also found this in 2 different locations all in Fig Hunt this week. The much sought after, very hard to find, Secret of the Ooze Splinter. So I found these this week. So very, very strange. Happy to have this off the to-do list. Very cool. Walmart, I guess, is where you're going to get this if you're on the look. But I did get the Turtle 2-packs a month ago. Now I got the Shredder. Stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for all this stuff on the channel. I don't know when we're going to have videos. You Patreon members, you guys know you get this stuff much earlier. A lot to unbox here. I did get the new Disney Pulse exclusive, or Hasbro Pulse Disney Store. I combined it. You know what I meant. I got the Mystique. So Marvel's Mystique right there in the VHS style packaging. Really like this one. This could be the weakest one in the lineup. We'll see what all the fuss is about when we do open that one up. How about a little He-Man action? Oh, yeah, everybody loves a little He-Man, Snake Armor He-Man. I got one from Big Bad Toy Store last week. Got my one to keep mint on card from Entertainment Earth this week. So I got Snake Armor He-Man right there. And then I got my mint on card collection from Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%, over 39, ships free. Had to get my unpunched set, that's where I went. Got to save that 10%, you guys know how it goes. King Randor, right there. I got Whiplash. We already unboxed these on the channel, so check out those reviews if you're interested. But I got my mint on card set, Whiplash, and then Mini Comics Trapjaw. Look at that. And then I also got DiGiorno Pizza or Digatino. Pick your poison, but got him as well for my mint on card set. So a little He-Man action, and we're not done with the He-Man talk, as I did get the Snake Men. Yes, the Snake Man. I got Bolt Man from, of course, Sunman, Rulers of the Sun. So Bolt Man. Got Ratlore. Oh, look at that. Ratlore's here. These will be unboxed on the channel hopefully sometime this week. I've got Cobra Khan. I believe Cobra Khan is going to have another release on Mattel Creations, so I guess we'll stay tuned for that. Cobra Khan through the door. And then finally, I got an opener for my Snake Man, Snake Armor He-Man. So there you go. So a little Masters of the Universe action right there. And then the final Masters of the Universe thing I got this week, one of those things you ordered long ago and it just shows up. It is Mondo Collectibles Masters of the Universe Revelation Skeletor. Now, this isn't quite the traditional Skeletor we all know and love. This is from the Revelation series. I should have She-Ra. I guess she's coming in the mail tomorrow. I'll be gone, of course. But She-Ra is coming. I did order Battle Cat. I did order He-Man. I have Hordak in my collection. I think that's where I'm going to call it quits, but you know how that goes. But I always love the packaging on these. Look at Skeletor. Looking only like a Skeletor could look in the Revelations line. Very big figure. Very cool packaging. Just top-notch throughout. So I did get this through the door this week. A very, very big one. We'll unbox this on the channel someday. Someday we'll do it. So there is round 2 of weekly purchases. Let's turn our attention to round 3. All right, round 3 begins. Round 3 is a little shorter. Round 4, yes, there's going to be 4 rounds of weekly purchase this week. Will be a little bit longer. So round number 3 came in, and I did pick this up via Big Bad Toy Store. Link in the description below. The brand new Marvel Legends What If Wave. Look at that one. A perennial favorite, Howard the Duck. Of course, 80s movie star Howard the Duck, and comic book star as well. One of the 80s movies I have seen in my life, Howard the Duck. But we get Howard the Duck here. We got him. We got Agent Jimmy Woo. This guy is a great one. This one, it could be Agent Jimmy Woo. It could be, you could be your own Young Rock figure fed. There's, you know, like a Blockbuster TV show. Of course, he could be a guy in the crowd. There's a lot of stuff you could do with old Agent Jimmy Woo, but I got him through the door. Got What If Zombie Scarlet Witch. You guys know I love a good zombie. Scarlet Witch through the door. How about classic Loki from the Loki series? A very cool version of Loki there. Got that one. How about He Who Remains? He Who Remains through the door. Comes with an apple accessory. You never know what you might need that apple for. Very cool there. And then, of course, Red Skull. Now, the only one I'm missing is the Iron Man, but I think I can still build the Build-A-Figure here. If I look right at the side. Yes, it looks like he does not come. Iron Man does not come with the Build-A-Figure piece. So I could still build the Build-A-Figure, but I'm missing the Iron Man, Zombie Iron Man. I need to pick that one up. And I almost got the whole What If wave through the door this week. And then a couple other Marvel Legends. So we got new packaging Marvel Legends. Welcome old packaging Marvel Legends from the MCU line. Got Kate Bishop from the Hawkeye series. I really enjoyed the Hawkeye series. And it's funny, that was out like a year ago now, pretty much, around Christmas. And then via Amazon, I did get the first Moon Knight. So what am I missing from this wave now? I'm missing Sharon Carter. I have her coming in the mail probably this week. And then I'm just missing Mr. Knight. And I really wanted to watch the Moon Knight series before I unbox these guys. Not going to get to it yet. I still got to watch Andor. Still got to watch Miss Marvel. Still got to watch Moon Knight. Time and I are just in a battle, and time is winning, unfortunately. I just don't have enough of it. A lot of us are in that aspect, but I need to find a week, just 1 week to not have to do anything, no work, be off, and I could just knock a lot of that stuff out, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. But getting very close to 2 different Marvel Legends lines. There's a lot going on here. When are we going to unbox all this stuff? I don't know. We'll find time. We'll find time. All right, there's round 3. Let's get to round 4 of weekly purchases. Whoo, baby. All right, let's finish off weekly purchases with round 4, like a young Arn Anderson in the Four Horsemen. Round 4 of weekly purchases. What a week this week. Just a slam dunk to the wallet. Ouch, ouch, that's all I can say. But a lot of good stuff here. Got to get it all unboxed, though. That's going to be the deal. But we go back to Jay's CD and Hobby, my local toy store. Their big 15% off sale. You guys saw in that video, hopefully, some of the stuff I picked up. I did get the Gremlins accessory set. You guys know I love a little Gremlins action. Probably my favorite movie of my youth, I would say, the Gremlins. But this is the accessory set. You got all kinds of different stuff here. Looks like I need to get another Gremlin so I can dress them in the Flashdance outfit right there. But we did get this one through the door this week. And the hits keep on coming with Gremlins. You saw in that video, I couldn't pass this up. These were like $1 below Entertainment Earth price. Then you throw on that 15% discount. Got to get a deal. I picked up the entire wave. I got the Punk Mogwai. Lars Fredrickson would be very interested in this one, I'm sure. From Rancid, good friend of the channel as well. We also got, which said Mohawk the Mogwai. I'm going to have to list all these. Mohawk the Mogwai. So I'm going to really build out my Mogwai collection. We got Daffy the Mogwai. There it is right there. Daffy coming in hot. Whoa, throwing Daffy off. We got here Lenny the Mogwai. There's old Lenny. How am I going to unbox these Gremlins? There's so many of them. I feel like I should do them all in the same video, but it would take forever. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I just won't unbox them on the channel. I don't know. Is this Gizmo? Gizmo the Mogwai, the most famous Mogwai of all time. Also my dog, my old Chihuahua Gizmo, named after him. And then you can't forget old George the Mogwai. So George through the door this week as well. So a lot of Gremlin stuff through the door. And we're going to finish it off here. I'm saving the best for last. The last is maybe going to blow some of your guys' minds. If you've watched the channel recently, this has been a big discussion topic. Kyle's lost his mind on this one, but we'll see what happens, and we'll talk about it here in a second. But how about Nightmare Spawn? Of course, you guys know I love Spawn. I love Spawn. Got Nightmare Spawn through the door. How about Plague? Yes, Plague. Nobody wants the Plague, but sometimes you got no choice but to get it. There's Plague right there. And then another one, King Spider, an interesting one from the Spawn line. So some new Spawn figures, of course. And when we're talking Spawn figures lately, we've all talked about Omega Spawn. And speak of the devil, truly the devil, Omega Spawn is back for a return performance. We're going to see what happens. Of course, McFarlane Toys had a big sale on their website. You bought all these Spawn figures and you got, or I forget what it was, but basically you bought X amount of stuff. You got a free Frankenstein. We unboxed Frankenstein on the channel. Well, I got these Spawn ones I needed, and Omega Spawn came with that. So I'm going to try for the first time ever. We've never done a Take-Two unboxing. If you saw the Omega Spawn video on the channel where he just broke apart in my hands, hottest to hot garbage, just infuriating video. If you saw that one, we're going to run it back. We're going to try it again. I totally understand not all toys break, things like that. But I got to tell you, I got a little PTSD. I'm going to be a little bit nervous on this one. I'm a little nervous to open this, but we're going to do it. We're going to try to do the review over. We're going to try to be a little clearer-headed, maybe. I'm going to be a little interested and a little bit scared moving that arm around, but we're going to try Omega Spawn Part 2, so stay tuned to that on the channel sooner rather than later. So there it is, 4 rounds. Yes, 4 rounds of weekly purchases. An absolute insane week. As Waylon Jennings would say, I ain't living long like this. Hopefully a little slower week next week, but you never do know. Some exciting wrestling stuff coming next week, it sounds like. like, so stay tuned for that and weekly purchases next week, and stay tuned for a lot of unboxings this week and the weeks to come, as there is a ton of stuff here to get through. We'll do it. I'll find time, even if I have to do these at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I'll find time. Never give up. Never give up. That's the quote of the day. Never give up. But what say you? What did you get this week? What came through the door on your end? What did you pick up? Let me know in the comments down below. You made it this far, you might as well like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the old notification bell. We got videos every single day and then some. Don't forget about the Patreon. We got the retro giveaway going on this month. It does support the channel. Of course, you do get early access to videos, bonus content, Q&As, all kinds of different stuff over there on the old YouTube channel. So if you want to support, that's the place to do it. You can also support at ProWrestlingTees.com, pick up a t-shirt. And then, of course, social media. Follow along at SirPaul64 over there on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So you know what I'm doing? I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way into an insane week of work. And I'll see you guys all real soon.